Well, going back to the goth theme, I've been watching Wednesday on Netflix. So, obviously Wednesday...
Did you watch it on Wednesday?
I did not.
Oh, weird.
So, yeah, this series follows a slightly more grown-up, high school-aged Wednesday. So after getting expelled from her school for attacking Pugsley's bullies with piranhas, which is an excellent scene, by the way.
Excellent concept.
She gets sent to the Nevermore Academy for Outcasts. Now, why her and
That sounds like the Xavier School for Gifted Individuals.
I mean, actually, it's not too far, to be quite honest, because it's all it's filled with sirens and werewolves and all sorts kind of things. So basically, it's kind of like that. But yeah, why they weren't there in the first place, I don't know, because apparently Morticia and Gomez went there. But anyway, we'll ignore that.
That's what I thought. It makes sense that she went to a normal high school.
Right. But yeah, I mean, it really is a show. It's about Wednesday. It's not about the Addams family, although we do meet the rest of the family very briefly. Catherine Zeta-Jones and Louis Guzman play Morticia and Gomez.
Louis Guzman's Gomez.
Yeah.
You need to see what he looks like as Gomez, because the hairpiece
That's kind of genius.
Oh, wow.
No,
yeah.
the hairpiece they've put on him to make him look like Gomez is fucking hilarious.
He's normally got really curly hair, hasn't he?
No, he's only got really short hair, but it's because he's got quite a large lower jaw, doesn't he, Louis Guzman?
Yes, he has.
And it's kind of like he's got this kind of foppish hairpiece on, and it kind of looks wrong.
Oh, yeah.
He is somewhat potato-shaped as well. So, I mean, they do a pretty good job as Gomez and Morticia, but they don't come anywhere near Angelica Houston or Raul Julia.
No,
I mean,
who would?
It doesn't really matter because they're not really in it that much. The story's fine. I'd say it's probably aimed at maybe sort of younger teens. It doesn't really do anything particularly new in terms or exciting in terms of the story, but that's not to say it's not a sort of fun Scooby-Doo type adventure. So that's the kind of way I would describe it, just fun Scooby-Doo-ness. There is a little bit of high school drama going on amongst the kind of mystery story, and that sort of lost me a little bit in the middle. And I think for me, it was probably just a little bit long. I think it could have done with being 6 episodes rather than 8. But Jenna Ortega as Wednesday is brilliant. She does such a good kind of modern day Wednesday. Because that's the thing, it's set now, so people have got mobile phones and social media and stuff, even though Wednesday says she's not on it. And she does do kind of most of the heavy lifting among the younger cast. Unfortunately, 2 of her male kind of co-stars are kind of wet drips, I'd say, in terms of charisma. There's one girl that I think her name's Joy Sunday. I think that's her actual name in real life, who plays her dorm mate. And she's really good as well. She plays the complete opposite of Wednesday, full of colours and blonde and happy and everything. So she's kind of cool. But I think it's the adult actors that kind of make it, with the exception of Jenna Ortega. The cast include Gwendolyn Christie as the head teacher, and Christina Ricci is in it as well. And
she would have to be.
She would have to be, but she's not got a cameo role. She plays a fairly big role in it. So Tim Burton is associated with it. He directs 4 out of the 8 episodes, but he hasn't written it or produced it or anything like that. And I wouldn't say it's too in your face kind of Tim Burton style. And I think probably to his credit, actually, he makes way for the other directors to shine through. So the other directors are Ganja Montiero and James Marshall. But I think, for people that were initially excited about his involvement, might be a little bit disappointed, but I don't think it kind of the series suffered because of it. I think it was nice that he did kind of pass the reins on to other people, because he does have a tendency to go overly Tim Burton, I think, sometimes. But I didn't get those vibes at all, really.
Tim Burton's been pretty diluted for the last kind of 10, 15 years anyway, though, hasn't he? It's around about the time he was doing what was that one that was adapted from a soap opera? Johnny Depp in it.
Yeah, the vampire one. What was that called?
Dark Shadows.
In the Shadows.
Dark Shadows.
Shadows.
Yeah, but by the time he was doing Dark Shadows, the Tim Burton thing, I think had kind of worn off. I think people were just not excited by what he was doing.
Well, it became very Hot Topic, didn't it? Tim Burton sort of style stuff.
I mean, didn't they base that shop off him?
Basically. Yeah. Essentially, yes. So yeah, there's not too much of that. There's one standout scene actually, which is it's a dance scene at this winter ball. Wednesday kind of cuts loose and tears up the dance floor.
Footloose?
Not Footloose, no, cut loose. Although
Wednesday Footloose.
she gets Footloose. But actually, I was thinking like the 90s Addams Family. Like the best scene in that film was the mamushka. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yes.
So they're
on the first one.
They're traditionally good dancers. So I quite enjoyed that. But actually, the soundtrack itself is really good. Like, obviously, there's no surprises that Danny Elfman does the score, but there's some really nice scenes. Wednesday plays the cello, and she's kind of playing it on the balcony in the moonlight. And I think she's playing like a really haunting version of, I think it was Paint It Black by AC/DC. And I think she plays it like a really slow
Rolling Stones, you mean?
Yeah, sorry. And
Sorry.
that's embarrassing. And I think there was a Metallica one as well. But yeah, I think it's a Metallica one as well that she plays. It's really cool. But yeah, I am a fan of the 90s Addams Family, and for me, you can't really beat it. But I did really enjoy this. I think certainly compared to any iterations of the Addams Family since the early 90s one. I mean, it's not perfect. It did lose me a little bit in the middle. But Jenna Ortega is so good as Wednesday, it can be forgiven.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of people on Twitter saying she's sensational.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what that actor has in store in her career. These are like the massive jumping off points that people need.
Yeah, I mean, she's already had a fairly good career so far because she's actually 20. She's not like.
Oh yeah, I know she's not a kid.
Yeah. So she's been in quite a few films already, but yeah, I think this will probably sort of propel her. But she's just so deadpan and everything, does all the sort of eye acting. Brilliant.